Welcome back to the channel and a new video. For those of you that recently watched the Discovery Sport video where Aidan come and done the keys, you would actually be expecting this bit of video. It is 8 o'clock at night. We finished the car. I've got another car to pick up that we're going to get now, and Aidan kindly offered me a lift. It's half an hour past his house. You live in Harlow,
yeah,
and this car I'm going to collect is in Harrow. So they sound the same, but it's really not that far away. He's actually kindly agreed to drop me off there. The car does run and drive. The people have bought it back from the insurance, but we'll get into all of that later. Huge thank you to Aidan, as usual. There's a link for him in the description down below. Let's get there, get this car picked up. Here is the little car. I'm not going to hang around outside the people's house. And also, it's dark. It's a dark car. We're not going to be able to see it or the damage. Let's get back to the yard in the morning. So the very next morning, and I am going in a little bit later because I got back so late. But there's the little car, Irish number plate. For somebody says, what does that mean? It is just purely Irish. It's absolutely fine. And it was on the car when the lady bought it. Now, in the pictures, it didn't actually quite, I mean, I was expecting it to need a quarter, but I wasn't expecting it to be pushed in that far. Otherwise, I probably would have sent a recovery to get it. I mean, nothing could have flicked off the wheel, could it? The bumper is covering it, and I'm not even going to get into the damage, but that is pushed in there quite far. But look, I've driven it home now. It is the next day. I guess let's head to the yard and show Chris, see how we get on. You've never seen me do it around this way before, but before I present the car to Chris, I do want to get it cleaned. The wheels are black. I mean, I know they're black anyway, but covered in brake dust, and there's a lot of mud and dirt up under the wheel arch. I want to get it all blown out before he starts working on the car. Just makes life a lot easier and cleaner. There we go, mate. Another peach brought back to the yard.
clean, isn't it?
It's clean because I've just had it down the car wash.
Ah.
I'll be honest, with black cars all the time, you do struggle
Yeah.
to see the damage, don't you? And it is, we're going to be working on it. It was pretty dirty.
Yeah, it's nice to have them clean.
Chris, it's a lovely car, but before we move on, can I just point out some, I think I'm getting a bit better. My eyes are getting a bit sharper around these cars. Can I point out some stuff to you now that sun's pointing at it? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can.
Flat spot.
It is, yeah.
And it's got one in it there.
What's it, had a sheet over it?
I don't know. And then look here. Well, no, it hasn't. I know it hasn't. But
No?
No, because of what I'm just about to show you. If we just ignore that for a minute.
It's
Come
got a bit
round.
there, Rob.
Yeah, and there. But look at this. Look at that quarter panel standing back here. Look how orange peely that is.
Yeah, there's a bit, isn't there?
Well, I think it's a bit too much. And then when I rolled into this door, I've just
I can
off
see there's
overspray.
bits there. Oh no, that's water.
Yeah, that's overspray. See it? Little white dots.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you come here,
Yeah.
that's rubber's got a bit
Yeah,
of paint on it.
little bit
Yeah,
of-
it has there as well. And then I think I've thrown it in here. I didn't get the inside done, obviously, because I didn't want no silicons.
No.
But there's a little red bit. Oh, there it is there. And do you know what that is? Bit of...
Masking.
Yeah. And it was in the corner of that light there. I've just pulled it out.
Right.
And you can see... Oh, actually, Chris, look, you can see.
So it's had a bit of action.
It's had a bit of action, but...
Yeah.
The lady's not had it that long. Now, this come through a viewer.
Yeah.
He's watches the channel, and he said, look, my sister's car's been hit. They're writing it off, category S, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Would you like us to try and buy it back? And we go from there. So they agreed to buy the car back from the insurance company, and I agreed to buy it off them a little bit more than what they had to give
Nice
back
bit
for
of
it.
salvage, Rob.
Do you know what, Chris? A lovely bit of salvage. And I'm sure you're probably going to mention it at some point. You probably wouldn't mention it to me on camera because you just wouldn't. But that's a bit of a no-no, isn't it, really? You probably would have said don't do it, but it didn't
Well,
look
do you
like
know what? The pictures you showed me the other day
because they were side on.
didn't look as bad as that, did it?
No, don't get me wrong, we're over the moon with this.
Oh,
but,
yeah. But it's
I probably wouldn't have drove that home.
No, like you say, they've took the pictures from this angle, haven't they?
Yeah.
So-
Nothing wrong with it at all.
No.
But it's covering
Yeah,
up the wheel.
yeah.
It weren't going to flick nothing up.
I'll
But
tell you what, though, Rob, changing the subject, going to be a cheap one on parts, mate.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, what we got? A bumper guide,
I think
a wheel splash.
look, the bumpers survived.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
repairable.
unclipped. I've clipped that back in.
Yeah. So we're going to need a bumper guide, a wheel splash,
Quarter
an
panel.
arch. It is quite bad, isn't it? But it's worth having a go first because they are quite flimsy on the back. These aren't they?
What? You want to have a go at that quarter?
Yeah, we'll have a little play with that. You never know, do you?
Reflector missing. Oh look, that's actually that was hanging out in the picture, so they've obviously kindly clipped that back in.
Yeah.
And I can, now that has come out, I can see there is a little crack in the bumper there. Maybe it hit it there. Ah, Chris, look.
Yeah.
What we got here?
Yeah, it's been colour coded, hasn't it?
Do you know what I was about to say? I said a silver bumper, but that is just...
Yeah, it's been blacked, hasn't it?
It has, hasn't it? It's been
Yeah.
colour coded. 39,000 miles.
Nice.
Like I say, category S.
What year is it? Because it's on a Irish plate.
Yeah, it's actually a 2020. I'll tell you what, let's include the car vertical now. Checked it out using car vertical, and that was because we didn't know anything about the car. It's on an Irish plate. It's all completely legal. You can have that registration here in the UK, and it has got a UK V5 with it. So Audi A1, petrol, 2020, odometer, all clear, financial and legal, and that is the one that's very important to check on a late 2020 car like this. And then damage there detected. They did tell me that the insurance was making it a category S, so of course we do like to double check that. So the car vertical check has checked 900 plus data sources in 35 countries. The theft marker, like I say, is all clear. And then we got notes there, police database, stolen vehicle check completed in 2 countries. And the odometer, so 29,954. That was the last known mileage on there. And that is actually the first 2024, which is the most current up-to-date MOT that's due to expire very, very soon. So you've got your financial and legal, like I say there, and then of course the damaged vehicle section, where you scroll just past that and it tells you there the written off date, so November 2024, category S, structural damage. Of course on the car vertical you can check for natural disaster. The rough market values for these vehicles, so there's the cheapest one currently listed today, 14,986. The average is 15,870, and the highest listed price one is 16,902. You've got your emissions there, your specs, ownership, and of course timeline. 1 ownership record there, and then your timeline, 6 records found, which will be your registration date, change of owners, the written off date, when it was on sale. To benefit from a nice little discount off your check, use the code that's been up on screen throughout this check, or hit the link in the description where it will automatically apply your discount. Yeah, and as you can see, it's 2020. It's had a couple of owners. Unfortunately, it is a category S. Hold out your hand.
2 keys.
2 keys.
Nice.
V5, all the paperwork for it.
Yeah.
Little 1 litre turbo. And I know people say, 1 litre wouldn't pull the skin off a rice. You wouldn't believe how powerful these little cars are.
Oh, no.
It's turbocharged.
Yeah.
It gets there as quick as anything else. 6 speed. Start it up. You can hardly hear it even running. Yeah, you got to put a key in this one.
Yeah.
It's how quiet it is.
We've got music on. Nice and warm in here, Rob.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, lovely little thing, isn't it? Hopefully this one will be a nice quick turnaround.
I've got, Chris, crash footage. This was parked up outside their house.
Right.
And they caught it on their Ring doorbell. And when I first looked at that damage before I've seen it, I thought this has just been like punched in the wheel, but it's actually punched it up like that and lifted this car,
That's
come
it.
right,
That's
2
it.
wheels come up, and it looks to me, I haven't confirmed it, it actually looks like the car that hit it drove off. Let's include the
So
crash.
do you think that wheel damage, that side,
That's where it's hit the curb.
where it's been hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's include that now, and I'll show you as well, and we'll decide whether they drove off. But I do need to ask him whether they did actually come back. But it certainly looks like in the video
Does it?
they hit it, reversed up,
What,
and
did they
shot
give you that last night?
off. Yeah, he's emailed it to me.
Right.
Let's include that now. And as you can see, mate,
Punted
the
it, didn't
whole car lifted off
But it
the
did
ground.
look like I drove off,
It
didn't
did look like they drove off. So I need to confirm that, and by the end of the video, I'll let you all know whether he did drive off. Right, mate, this is dragging on now. I've been waffling. What's the plan?
Well, I'm just thinking aloud here. We've got a set of wheels you need to collect for that.
Oh, yes.
Is it worth getting this in? We've got nothing else to go in on the lift at the moment. Get this in. I'll get the wheels off a bit quick. While you take these wheels and pick those up, I'll have a start on it.
This is then stuck on the ramp,
It
probably
is.
till after Christmas.
Yeah, although it is Friday tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we probably won't be getting anything else in there.
Get her in, mate.
Shall we do
Yeah,
that?
let's do it. Let's have some action. I love
Yeah,
it.
and we'll just see, and then we'll know where we're at, won't we?
We'll know whether I've got to start trying to find the bits for it and what to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, definitely. Bring it in. Also, put it in the comments. I don't know. We've had an A1 before. Didn't have all this kit on it. And this is City, yeah. So is this a jacked up version? I don't know. It's got a nice spoiler. It's got a beautiful front grille in it. Again, I don't know if that's like aftermarket and been put in, but it is a real trick looking little car. Right, mate, bring it in then. Let's get the wheels off.
Mate.
So no messing about, into the workshop, and these have definitely got to be the most difficult wheel nuts we've ever had to undo. I don't know what they used to do up those front wheels. Probably one of them Milwaukee Ugga guns, because they was so hard we actually had to get a scaffold tube over the crack bar to crack the front wheel nuts off. Got all four wheels off, and while I went and dropped them off at Smarts, Chris made light work of removing that back bumper, the back light, the carbon tank, and everything else that was in his way. You can see he's got it removed out of the way. We're not sponsored by Smart Services, as you know, but they do us a good trade discount. And everyone always says, where'd you get your wheels done? Where are you getting your paintwork done? And that's who we've been using. But I want to show you quickly. They're the wheels now, we've taken them off. Now these have previously been done, but you can see they've actually not been done correctly. They've just been scuffed off, they've been painted, and you can see it's actually still gloss on the silver there. So this is just a cheap job. You can see there is a chunk missing out of that wheel. So that is actually going to need some welding work done on that wheel, and all the rest of them are exactly the same. There's quite some bad damage there on the spoke, and you can see they've not actually done the inside to these either. Let's get them over, take a mental picture of that. I'll take a picture of it, and we'll right at the end we'll include a picture of what they look like now, and once we did get them back. I'm going to put all their details in the description down below. While I popped off and dropped the wheels off, it looks like you've cleaned it all up as well.
I have, yeah,
a bit of thinners.
Yeah, I have.
Everything carbon tank. That is the carbon tank, isn't it?
Yeah. Just move that out of the way.
All that is stripped out. We haven't got a light here, but it really looks so flimsy. I'm going to say it. I know you're going to no. Give me chance. He's going to try and save it.
Be nice
I know
to,
you're going to save it.
Yeah, be nice to.
I know you are.
I mean, when you think there's no damage at all above that swage line, is there? So it's a very small area. So yeah.
I've got every faith in you. And the back bumper, when you strip that off, is that saved? Is that going to be all right?
Yeah, we'd definitely be saving that. I'm not sure about it. I mean, we'll see how much one of those is.
Yeah. We have established a little something on this car as well, haven't we? This car looked like, even though that is Audi, this car did look, it looked super duper, but we're just assuming that it's just had a kit stuck on it.
Yeah, possibly.
We're thinking, aren't we? So it may be, it may not be.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's more than a 10 tonne, that one, isn't it?
No, that
Looks
is a
big.
10 tonne.
Right, 10 tonne portapower.
Yep.
Quite a lot of you know what this is, some of you don't, but basically it is for straightening out cars. Well, there's for straightening out everything. You can buy these from Machine Mart. I've had one for years.
Yeah, Clark.
Very, very dangerous in the wrong hands, because it is. You mess up with that,
Well,
overstretch, you're gonna cause problems.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let Chris get that kind of in position. He's got all the pads, and then we're going to watch you live, try and pull that out. Is that all right?
If you want.
It's a bit of a slow process, because obviously we're on the hands on this one, but it's fantastic to watch.
All right.
And on time lapse, Chris, it's done.
That's right, yeah, fair enough.
So let's let you get set up.
Yeah, no
so
worries.
like I previously said, it is a hand pump, so it's going to take a little bit more than normal. The struggle Chris had there at first is there's not a great deal of room to actually get the first bite on it, so it's coming out.
Soft, isn't it?
It is soft, but it's coming out.
Yeah.
can actually see all this forming back where it should.
We go a bit and then we reposition.
Yeah, mate, definitely.
As we're opening the space up.
You can see it forming back to where it should be. Was we in agreement that this has actually been punched up a little bit as well as hit?
Yes, yeah.
Because the car lifted off the wheels, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Right, we're repositioned, Rob.
Yep, so I need to stop now and hold this for Chris.
Yeah,
Definitely don't want to be standing underneath it because it could drop out, but it seems to have gripped there.
Like I say, it's very soft.
Very, very soft, Chris, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost back bang where it should be.
Yeah, a little bit more, yeah.
It's good that none of this has got deformed, isn't it?
No. I did notice when I took the back light out, there's a tiny little kink there that shouldn't be there.
Oh,
and
is
the
there?
back light wasn't sitting there nicely, but
Right.
we'll address that a bit further down.
Shall I check the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, it does have a bit of a...
Yeah. Right, that's slipping out there. What we do, we'll do a little bit more and then we reposition, Rob.
Yeah.
And we go again, mate.
Okay,
all right?
mate, yeah. We don't have to use it all, Chris. We can just do as much as we can. But
yeah, it's...
oh, it's coming out so nice, though. And even though Chris is pushing here, you can see it is still actually coming out here. All of it's got to come back anyway.
I'm going to get me light and just have a look.
Okay, mate.
There.
What do you reckon? Put it in the comments now. Is Chris saving this quarter panel? I want to say he's 50% of the way there with it. Talk to us, mate.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah?
That's coming out lovely. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Reposition?
No, we go a little bit more on that, and then we reposition, Rob.
Did you just see that when that bit there popped out?
Yeah. We'll
Reposition,
right,
yeah.
What I'll do is I've got some more of those foam blocks, so
Yeah.
I'll go and find them, and we can put one there now, and then we can bridge across, and it saves us having to take the shock absorber off.
Yeah, all right, then,
Because
mate.
right where we want to push now is
On the
where
shock.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on the shock.
All right then, mate. So we did decide to actually speed it up a little bit here because otherwise we'd be there all day just bringing it out a little inch by inch, a little bit more. But you can see he is pretty much there with it. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you, he can't actually do any more with the portapower. There's another tool he needs, and I actually lent it out and I haven't got it back yet. So I'm going to get on the phone, get that arranged and get that back. But look at the angle of that wheel arch. That's pretty much back exactly where it needs to be. Dressing up the front angle that got bent over. And I think we are there with it. You're all going to absolutely hate me for this one, but I'm going to have to stop it there just for a minute because we got something else that we need to be getting on with. But just like I thought, you saved it. You have saved it.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be all right, isn't it?
So a little while ago, I actually lent out the dent puller and completely forgot. I haven't even got it back. I've just rung him. He's going to drop it off in the morning. So that just needs some work with the dent puller, Chris.
It does, yeah.
But
yeah.
it is saved.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably if you show it down through there, you can kind of see. Obviously, you've got all this distortion here.
Yeah.
But if you take the line where it meets the door, it's all pretty much there.
Yeah, all of that, yeah. I didn't even notice that this was
It
all actually rolled round.
yeah.
And you've straightened all of that edge up as well.
Yeah.
All of that feels lovely and smooth.
Yeah,
but obviously
it's
you've
not-
got that bit on your end. But definitely saved it. I knew as soon as you, I see it and I was
Yeah.
like, and you said there's a chance, I knew. Now this is like there's a bit of a double skin up there, and so you can't beat from the inside.
No, I can't do any more to that.
No,
from
so
the
it's
inside.
going to have to be dent puller.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
we'll get all that cleaned up and then move on.
Yeah,
to
well,
the
we've
dent
got
puller.
quite a bit to do now, haven't we?
We have.
It's Friday afternoon, and we're running out of.
Yeah, we are running out of steam and too much
Time.
to do. But it does look like as well that we're buying two parts for this car. One is a wheel arch
It
liner,
is, yeah.
and the other one is a
Reflector for that back bumper.
reflector. If that's all we're buying for this car,
I think it is.
We're having it
And
off.
a wheel refurb, of course.
Yeah, they're over there now being done.
Yeah, yeah. Should be.
So we know the saying I use, every day is a school day, and there's not a day that goes by where Chris don't impress me with what he does. Every day does something different that I haven't seen him do before. And hopefully, doing that bit of live recording, while he was moving that portapower around, bringing out that damage, was interesting for you. Normally we'd time lapse that and you just see it come out and it'll be over in seconds, but he will sit there and work out where that was pushed in that accident and then bring that damage back out of that car in the reverse that it went in. If that makes sense, I'm sure it actually does. Don't forget, I only picked that car up yesterday and it is already well on the way to being repaired. I'm really, really happy with how quick that car is turning around. There's going to be one more video on it and that car's going to be completely finished, which is crazy considering the damage it had on it. And that crash footage, that car lifted off the ground onto two wheels. Anyway, that is going to be the end of today's video. You're going to be watching this Christmas Day, hopefully. So if you are enjoying the holiday period, hopefully you've eaten loads, you're having a really nice time, and of course, plenty of rest. If you want to follow us on our other socials, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, the links for those are in the description down below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll look forward to seeing you all very, very soon in the next one.